Welcome back to Resistance Chicks. We're your hosts, the lovely Leah and Michelle. Today is the 1st of September, 2019. I can't believe it's September.
Okay,
already,
so
right?
Yavi just got back from, Yavi Yamini just got back from Hong Kong, and he is, I think, here in solidarity with the Hong Kong, a protest in support of Hong Kong, I believe, in Australia. And he meets with some Antifa. And that's what, I think that's the background on this, but it's pretty interesting.
How do you feel about the idea that socialists who side with communists want me, who fights for freedom, to leave? What do you feel about that?
Well, let's not forget, like, socialism lead to communism.
We're here in Melbourne CBD where the local Hong Kong community are protesting, as they are around the world, for Hong Kong.
We just want everyone to know that we value democracy, like true freedom, and we value Australian like values.
Talk to this man. He's an extreme right-wing, like Nazi. He's well known for being like extremely racist.
You're part of the Victorian Socialists. What are the Victorian Socialists doing here today?
I want to talk to you. You're like a racist. You're like an actual huge racist.
You know, I just came back from Hong Kong. I was at the
I think you should like not be here. I don't want. Can you stop like coming towards me? Like
You're the one that came up to us.
She went and got friends.
You're a racist. Look, mate. So what here exactly? What here are you supporting? Don't touch me. Don't touch me. So wait, as a socialist, you're saying you support?
I'm an anti-fascist.
We're opposed to
She has a title.
fascist, Zionist being at a rally.
She has a t-shirt that says Victorian Socialist, and she says, I'm not a socialist, I'm an anti-fascist. Now, I just want you guys to understand that when Poland was being invaded, they had fascists on one side and they had communists on the other side. And do you want to know what the communists were? They were anti-fascist. They were Antifa, anti-fascist. The Berlin Wall was an Antifa wall, keeping the fascists out. Do you understand this? So from now on, when you see somebody, just know when they say they're Antifa, they're anti-fascist, that it comes from a communist Bolshevik mindset. Okay, it's a historic Bolshevik battle cry. We are Antifa. They're Bolshevik communists.
Who opposes the struggles of ordinary people everywhere. We're opposed to that, and we're opposed to you co-opting the movement in an anti-democratic way.
Have you been to Hong Kong?
No, I'm
So in the street protests right now in Hong Kong, everybody says that they support Donald Trump. How do you feel about that?
Okay, so he just got back. He has video, and this is the cognitive dissonance of the left. When I talk to people all the time, they're incredulous and they're like, "No, you're lying." And here he says, "I just got back from Hong Kong, interviewing people who love Donald Trump, love Americans, waving the American flag, singing our national anthem," and she's like, "No, they don't."
They fly the American flag. Some people even wear a MAGA hat.
How do you feel? They want me to leave. The socialists want me to leave. How do you feel about the idea that socialists who side with communists want me, who fights for freedom, to leave? What do you feel about that?
Well, let's not forget, like, socialism lead to communism. It's like socialism is a precursor to communism. So yeah, I would never trust a socialist. Never trust Bernie Sanders. Yeah, everyone wants to like force everyone to submit to a state and to live under like a tyranny.
You have connections to like Blair Cottrell.
What connections work to Blair Cottrell?
You guys work together.
No, I work for tyranny.
You know what would be best for everyone? Why don't we trade in the self-loathing Australians, socialists, like pro-socialists, supporting socialists, for the freedom-loving, hard-working Hong Kong people that have been oppressed across the ocean. Yeah, why don't we just trade them in? And there.
We trade them in.
Can you like leave? You're being like completely absurd. Like I just like.
You walked up while I was interviewing.
I do support I support equal rights like in democracy in places like all over the world, including Palestine. Like.
How do you feel about communism?
Love it. I'm a communist myself. I'm a communist myself. I'm a communist myself.
So how can she be supportive of the Hong Kong people? She's
Yeah.
not. She's the communist infiltrator.
Exactly. Well said.
You're co-opting this rally to like
take a picture.
further your like anti-Chinese like interests.
Donald Trump don't trust China. China is asshole.
Further your like anti-Chinese like interests.
Donald Trump don't trust China. China is asshole.
You have to admit that Yavi getting that soundbite, I would play it over and over again, even though I don't believe in swearing.
Oh my gosh.
But that's the best soundbite I've heard in a long time.
Further your like anti-Chinese like interests.
China is asshole.
Oh my gosh.
Anti-Chinese.
Okay,
Okay.
sorry about
Hong Kongers
that.
are freedom-loving people, and Donald Trump, yeah, he's all about freedom. He's all about, yeah, he's
Oh, we're stopped.
all about individual liberty and all about free speech and all that stuff.
Do you reckon the Hong Kongers are behind him?
Yes, Hong Kongers will love every Western country in the world, man. Britain, here in Australia, yeah, we all love free.
Do you reckon they like socialism?
Nah,
Can you just like wait? I just like
You're the one that came up to me.
just go.
You're the one that came up to me. Still don't understand why the Victorian socialists are here. I don't. Which part of the Hong Kong community supports Victorian socialism? Socialism. Who? No Hong Kongers support socialism. They support democracy, freedom, not socialism, not communism.
All right, so
I love Avi. He is so amazing. He has just such a way about him that you can't, even though people try to come against him, like you can't, because he does it with a smile on his face, with confidence, and he knows his facts. And I'm really proud that he's out there doing
me
what
too.
he's doing.
Me too.
And thankful.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to move on here from Hong Kong, and we're going to take our next commercial break.
Okay.
This actress was, I don't even know who she is, Whitney Cummings. I don't know what she's been in. She's been in some TV show. However, and she's a lefty. But I don't care. Just look at that face. Oops. What she is pointing out here, I have a huge problem with. And I don't care if men especially, are peeing in the streets in Great Britain. These are unacceptable. And she probably won't play big here. New products where they just have urinals outside.
No.
I don't like this. I don't like it. Is this a Brexit thing? I disapprove. So she tried to make a joke of it, and it was really kind of weird to see.
You do understand that it's the mayor, Sadiq Kahn. It's his London that has created the need for outside urinals, right?
And also, I really do think that the Londoners, y'all have a big problem with drinking, and you do not have enough public bathrooms, from what I understand. Now, she made a kind of a funny joke. It was kind of crude.
Okay, but at the very least, can I just make a suggestion? Can we just have curtains around that?
I don't understand. See, that's what they don't understand. Why you can't have a curtain. Why, if you're going to have these public urinals, why can't there be some privacy to them? And in a socialist country, if you don't have enough money for
Here it comes.
for enough public restrooms, you got issues. Guess what, guys? We might have some homeless people peeing on the streets around here. Maybe downtown Cincinnati or whatever. You might have a few people. But guess what? In the bars around here, there's bathrooms, and people go into them. They're probably pretty gross once people are drunk. But people don't pee randomly everywhere outside. You guys need more bathrooms, okay? Here's the thing. If you're going to serve a product
right
that goes through people's system like that, and you want them to drink more and more, you have to have another product for it to exit their body.
Hang on, because like here in the United States, we have codes. like if you have a certain amount of occupancy, you have a limited number, and then you have to have so many stalls based on that occupancy, or, you know, respectively, how many people are going to be using that restroom, whether it's just a regular store or a restaurant or a bar or something like that.
I've always known in Europe, you guys have like a really hard problem. You have a problem with bathrooms over there. Like, there's not enough, and there's pay toilets. Like, in a socialist country, why should you have to pay to pee? You have issues with your socialism. Like, everything is great in socialist country, but guess what? We have public restrooms here. Public restrooms, and by golly, that's American.
We have a lot of parks that have restrooms.
Every park has a potty or a porta potty. Here's the thing. Why not just a porta potty?
What? Yeah, exactly.
That you clean out. We call them porta potties. And you line them up. Here's the thing. Every time that there's a big event around here and there's going to be people there, we got lines of porta potties because people need to pee.
So Kelly points out something that came to mind for me.
So,
she says, unless you live in the woods. Actually, so what is American is for people out in the country to go outside and just
we're talking about
outside.
Public places.
We're talking about in cities.
Where on streets.
Right.
Streets cannot absorb your pee.
Right.
I just can't.
That's disgusting.
Okay. Let's go to Greece.
I'm really digging this eggnoggin. Eggnoggin tea.
Okay, into Greece. There's a new right-wing government.
But you can't use your Italian
I'm not. I
accent
just said
for
into Greece.
Okay.
All right, I can kind of. They're
similar.
basically cousins. Okay, have you ever seen My Big Fat Greek Wedding?
Yeah, I love that movie.
It's okay. We can make a lamb. New right wing government to strengthen borders, deport fake refugees faster. So Greece's prime minister and his national security advisors decided Saturday to transfer refugees from overcrowded migrant camps to its eastern islands to the mainland and accelerate
on its eastern
islands to the mainland and accelerate the deportation of rejected applicants, for asylum without giving them the right to appeal. The Greek government's Council on Foreign Affairs and Defense also agreed while meeting for several hours Saturday to increase border surveillance and to activate a €50 million integrated maritime surveillance system that the previous government did not put in place. Greece will also boost the Coast Guard's fleet with 10 new speedboats. Government spokesperson Stelios Pestas said the council also decided to reunite 116 unaccompanied minors living in Greek migrant camps with their families residing in other European countries. Petsas charged that the previous leftist government had done nothing about the thousands of cases of people whose asylum applications had been rejected by courts. The police have already detected 1,000 cases and will take immediate steps to arrest these individuals. The meeting was called after the mass arrival Thursday, get this, 600 refugees and other migrants on the island of Lesbos. The Moria migrant camp on Lesbos is overcrowded with over 10,200 people housed in a space designed for 3,000. Hundreds of people continue to head to Greece.
That's more than the
Turkey
last time we covered it. It was only like 8,000 at that time.
Despite a European-Turkey deal restricting
oh my gosh.
arrivals.
So, because of the 30-second delay, our comments are always behind
so
here.
We have more pee-pee gate.
Yeah, so on the toilets in
they're not toilets.
They're urinals.
And
Mikey B says, "Hi, we also have plenty of parks in London. Just go behind a tree like the rest of the country." Britt Bossa says, "Michelle, these urinals are supposed to pop out of the ground." I was like, huh? This is because the councils have closed all the council toilets, pubs, cafes, etc. Do not let people use toilets unless they are a customer. What do you mean pop out of the ground? Like some
I've
sort
heard
of
I've heard
Star
of
Trek thing?
Yeah, I've heard
like
of that.
literally press a button and it
and
pops
then you just
up out
pee,
of the ground.
so your privates are out where everybody can see. It's so
this
stupid.
Is strange. This is beyond strange. It's uncomfortable. I'm not coming. If we do go to the UK, we're not going to London.
What about girls? It's so
yeah,
sexist.
why? It's just that the guys get to pee.
Girls have to pee even more than guys.
Yeah. Are they going to just have toilets that pop up out of the ground for a girl to pop a squat?
In America,
it's unbelievable.
Every once in a while, you come across a somewhere that says bathroom for customers only. But by and large, people understand. You got to go. You got to go.
You got to go. You know, when we landed in the Moscow airport many years ago, there was just a hole in the ground in there. But at least it was a restroom.
And it had a thing around it, a door.
It had a door. You had some privacy. Okay. The fact that this is just out in the public, it's not right. What is wrong with you people? Not you
They're
people.
like savages.
Okay, because Britt Baza corrected me earlier. He says, I'm not a socialist. No, when I meant everybody's a socialist, I didn't mean everybody.
I mean, seriously, in a socialist country, the one thing you can spring for is universal bathrooms.
Yeah.
Come on.
As a socialist country. You know what? As a libertarian, there are things that we should pay for, you know, tax-wise. And I think that if you have a park, it should have a restroom. I think we should have streets and roads and so on and so forth. I think that having enough restrooms is, but the problem is that the cities are so old that there isn't enough room. We have the urban sprawl where, like, when we get too congested, we just expand. You can't have that in London. There's no expanding London.
Gotta come up with something else. All right, so here is the 500
high-rise toilets. I mean, come on. I saw an aerial view of Manhattan the other day. It looked like some sort of spike sticking up because their buildings get so tall.
There you go.
High-rise toilets, like literally make them like the Tower of Babel toilet, okay? And you can ride some sort of pulley thing that rides you up to your own voting booth of a toilet, and then the girls can use it too. And then you got a stack. If you don't know anything about plumbing, you have no idea what I'm talking about. It's the big pipe that, you know, and a stack that comes out to the side. How come they haven't asked the engineer? That would be me, who's not an engineer. Okay, carry on. Let's go back to Greece. I'm sorry.
Mess with the landscape, so this would rather
Whatever.
have people pee.
That's right. It's
you know,
ridiculous.
Historically, you had a lot of pee in London.
I'm the only smart one here.
So here's the 500 illegal migrants land on Greek island in one day. At least 500 migrants landed on the Greek island of Lesbos this week from Turkey in one day. As conditions on the islands in the Aegean continue to deteriorate. The 500 migrants arrived on Thursday, according to the DPA news agency, who noted that the landing was the single largest since the migration pact in 2016 with Turkey and the EU. All of the migrants were taken to the notorious Moria migrant camp, which is already heavily overcrowded. It was supposed to be for 3. It has over 10,000 people. The conditions have led to drug use and rampant violence and criminality. Earlier this week, the United Nations urged Greece to do more to protect the migrants after an Afghan migrant was stabbed 3 other migrants. So what are you supposed to do, really? Seriously?
Yeah. You know what? I'm feeling optimistic because PragerU
is suing Google
right now. And so we're going to see what happens as a result of that.
Just keep praying, because prayer is what's going to really turn this ship.
Yeah, let's turn this ship around. Remember, guys, it's not just a conspiracy theory if it's actually the truth. We want you to please comment. We want to hear from you. We want to hear what you have to say. Good, bad, indifferent, whatever's going on in your life, leave the comment. It's not only do we want to hear from you, which we do, and we do read every comment, but the comments help the algorithms, I think, the more comments. So even if you left a ton of comments in the chat, go ahead and leave the things that you put in the live chat. Leave them. They're pertinent. Leave them after the show. So thank you guys for being with us.
Especially on the UK bathroom. Set us straight.
Set us straight. That's right. We love you. God loves you. And God bless.
I was cold.